Alright, yeah. We're getting ready for this. Around 142 Pokemon, and it's the only guy. Math, it's... Yeah, tune in for the marathon, folks. I was given... It's impromptu, anyone can join in. Gotta warm up. Actually, should probably warm up playing the game. Yeah. Alright, tweet it out. I might do that. Table around. It's important. Alright, local Lex is about to catch the last Pokemon here. By last Pokemon, I mean last. And by catch, I mean, quote, air quote, catch, air quote. Always fun. Yeah, this is great, I didn't expect to be straight. I'm gonna talk about with this game. Movement, warp holes, stuff. Bosses, definitely gotta talk about bosses, how like you take less damage until the animation of them spawning, do a little roar, and then you actually get to do full damage. I'm gonna forget a lot of boss kill strategies. Firebit's gonna be a jerk, and we're gonna have a good time. That's the goal of all this. And I'm probably gonna PB and he'll hate it. It'll cry outside the door some more, poor guy. Can't let him in. And we'll have a good time. Boop, boop. And last Pokemon is Starmie, and it's evolution. I didn't test Discord. Yeah, that's important. That's pretty important, yeah. It's gonna catch everything, just like re-stream it, but that's fine. Okay, cool. Voice activity, good, 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 good. GG any second. Do they actually have to beat the game? I think it's just like when the Pokemon evolves, that's it. Then I do the Hall of Fame glitch, I assume? Yeah. Yep. Am I gonna just like hop and stream now, or like what? You get audio for your streams, no need. I'll let you know when audio is live. Okay. So we won't need to hear from the folks, actually. They are the men behind the curtain. Or women. Or folks. You never know. People are people. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, we have streams to run. And penguins to play. So we will do so very, very shortly with Dededetour. Or May Race, if you're not tired of it already, is definitely a song that's been remixed in like every other Kirby game, and pretty crazy. Do we have FFZs? I actually don't know. Broken. Come on, we need to add the emote. Gotta add the emote. Y'all need to add the emote. Got a lot of snow puns going. General chat here. Heck is this? The heck is this marathon anyway? John Snowathon. Wonderful little thing I was invited to 7 hours ago, and what am I doing here? Whatever, I'm gonna play video games. Probably plug in the charger for my DS. Because things can happen, and that would be bad. Be very bad. If it's the Doomsday counter they're worried about, it's gonna be on... Start resetting this. No messages, I'm not alive yet, I assume. No cat, you can't get in here. Perfect. Still door a little bit better. Alright, I see game footage. Do we have audio footage yet? Audio footage, yes, that's a thing now. I will it to exist. It must exist because I said so. Clearly. Okay, now we have a message, and we are live with audio. Hello everyone, welcome to Jon Snowathon. Hope you've been enjoying the runs previously. Super Metroid run looked quite interesting. What we're going to do now is a little bit of Dededetour. Alright, so we're going to go ahead with a new adventure here. There's going to be quite a few things to explain, and we'll go over it bit by bit. Timer starts now, and we're using in-game time, as you can see from the bottom screen portion, and we're just going to like hammer spin all the way over to this section here. I haven't actually played this game for like 2 weeks, so this is going to be a very rusty run, but we're going to have fun. Now it's the Cursor. Cursor is the MVP. Gotta get that out the splits. Yep, first warp star, and we're gonna keep spinning. This is your fastest form of movement in the game, just like spinning constantly. And you also have sliding and no other techniques. Unlike any of the Meta Nightmare series games, DDD is pretty limited on what you can do. More like the original Nightmare in Dreamland, where you get a extra mode to play as Meta Knight, but you only get the sword and that's it. But still pretty fun, very challenging. Nice little run. That was a bit of a mistake there. And DD's actually got a couple of special moves. Like, he has a move where he just spins his hammer and creates a wave of fire. He has a move where he charges a projectile, and that's automatically something I should not have done. That's our rust for the day. It's something I should not have done at all because we have to hit the warp holes in this game. Those are actually how we go fast. We have to like hit specific warps in this game in order to get to certain sections of levels that are otherwise just like slower to play through. And not getting that star is very important. First warp hole right here. I'm gonna make no other mistakes throughout this whole run, mark my word. But this brings us to level 2 of what Kirby's mode would be. And DDD can also fly. I think he did that one point, and we don't have to mention it. Also, tilt controls. I'm tilting the DS to the right to extinguish this fire. Not too much to this level, just a bunch of spins off platforms. If you slide and hit the edge of a boundary like that, like so, you will be able to just like... Oh, that's a trick, by the way. We just do a spin hammer while jumping, and we hit that every time. It'll just cancel the movement, and you'll just go off the platform. Easy. Here's some more tilting. Already missed it. Missed it again. This time, we're gonna go up. Hope y'all are enjoying the rust so far. It's doing great. Oh yeah, those little coin things that you're collecting. You get 100, you get an extra life. You get about 7 lives in this game mode. You're not going to need all of them unless you're bad. And I will be bad this run, so maybe we will need some. You can fly as fast as you can tap the button. Doesn't really make a difference, though. Wild D here is going to throw you some energy drinks, and he is also throwing max tomatoes when we get to end bosses. Speaking of bosses, first mid-boss we have is Frosty here. And we just delayed that last swing there because if we didn't, he'd go into a spin animation, which he'd take less damage. And the bosses spawning, they also take less damage, so it's pretty interesting. This is the first save point. You're required to hit these, they refill your health, and they freeze your in-game timer. Don't take too long of a break, though, because you're going to be disqualified. But yeah, we're on to the second portion of this game. A little more of level 1. Bounced off the wall there. You get some weird momentum effects from just like hitting walls at certain times of the spin hammer. But like, we haven't really figured out a way to use that in the run itself. Currently have 4th place on the speedrun.com leaderboard. And probably could get like 3rd or 2nd, but I'm just like lazy, bad, and don't have time for that. But I do have a wonderful impromptu marathon. I'm very thankful I was invited just 7 hours ago. And I was like taking a big break from speedrunning to play card games professionally. Not really. Playing card games for fun. And doing like school stuff. But yeah, I'm very thankful to be a part of this. And we're gonna enter a secret door here and use our fire hammer in order to light this switch and do another tilt puzzle. Very simple. There you go. Yeah, to check out the audio. This game's music is actually wonderful. It's composed of a bunch of other Kirby games' music as well as its own original soundtrack. But it's still very nice. Much like how Robobot did it. And we got some 3D gimmick puzzles right here. I'm gonna go up. And get our first invincibility candy. Doubles your speed, makes your spin hammers go really far. Hopefully gonna carry this all the way through one of the fire sections coming up here. Even more tilt puzzles. Those hammer flips in the air, by the way, where I'm just spinning and doing the hammer, it doesn't seem like I'm doing anything. But what it's doing is actually stopping my fall momentum. So that's actually saving frames. It really doesn't do much more than save frames. But it's still a useful habit to get into. Gonna take this key over here and get our warp. We're gonna skip the tomato, we don't need it for Wispy. Oh, sorry, not Wispy. The boss goes by a different name in this game. Still a tree. Estimate for this game is going to be around hour 20. Unless you're talking about something else. But this is Flowery Woods. And I forgot how to do the quick kill on him. We're going to try something. So that's ideal. We're going to do constant spin hammers from this point on in order to do the most damage while the boss is only taking like 2 damage points per hit. Like, no matter how powerful of a swing you do at that point, the boss is only going to take 2 damage per hit. So we can get this. Now he's going to do a spin. And we're going to do a hammer throw. And when you press the X button after doing a spin hammer, Dedede throws his hammer. And that could be very good for, like, stuff. Oh, just missed a quick kill. And that means we lose about 10-15 more seconds. What can you do? But yep, that's level 1 of this game, and there's 6 stages in all. Level 6 is like its own stages in its own right, if you can see from my best time splits there. It's pretty much its own game. It's like a good, I'd say like, third of the run. It's like all the EX levels and all sorts of other fun stuff. But now we're on to level 2. Tank in the background you don't have to worry about. And we got another mid-boss here. Gonna be Grand Wheelie. Kind of a jerk boss. This move in particular is just terrible. Like, it just spins and goes into the background and such. That could have gone a lot better, but my strategy for killing that boss is not up to snuff. And we gotta get that candy. I always like run by that screen like I'm gonna forget it. This warp's pretty easy to get to, just like slide off a platform. And spin. That was a very well executed room. So floating across the top of water is actually faster than swimming, so we want to do that. Now we're going to use our Arrow of Justice, or whatever the heck the move is called, I don't know, in order to knock off that platform. Now, guess what? No tilt puzzle. Gonna get right on top and slam it. There we go. So on the bottom screen there, I know I haven't talked about it, but you can hold one healing item. It's either like an energy drink, or a maximum tomato, or the gold tomato. If you end up losing like 5 lives on the boss, you get a tomato that revives you. Thanks, Nintendo. But it's something that you can only get from like Wild D power-ups. Like, these hands, if they splat you onto the front of the screen. Okay, word. But yeah, if those hands slap you, you're gonna lose a lot of time, so don't get hit by them. Much like in Robobot. So. So we're gonna take this hat to the end of this section here in order to hit a warp. And now we have what's essentially an auto-scroller. We just have to wait for these pressure platforms to fall, then we spin. And we just bully some Wild Ds while we're waiting. I don't know what they did to deserve it. Probably nothing. Kirby enemies are so innocent, but just like Kirby's friends just like to slaughter him for no good reason. Poor guys. I got hit there. Dang. Abusing like damage and invincibility frames is actually a key strategy for a couple of the bosses in this game, so you are going to see that later on. It becomes a problem in level 6 where there is a real potential of dying, even like with a skilled runner. Now we're in the big top level. Those are fake doors. They just lead to nothing, and they try to hurt you. This mirror means that you'll be damaged by anything in the background. A little gimmick that we'll see later on as well. I mentioned music in this game is great, and I should probably shut up more so y'all can hear it. Because I should. It is really good music. Kirby games in general just like have great soundtracks. Always upbeat, always positive. Or always spooky. We're gonna use Dark Castle. And I don't know, chat, it's been a little bit quiet since I started the run here. We're gonna take the tomato and we're gonna come to a fan favorite boss. Not Drossia, but it's someone similar. This is Paintra, and she likes to throw paint. And all we're gonna do is hammer flip. And that's phase 1. And to the left, we just want to hammer flip, and I missed it. Oh well. Now she's gonna go in the background and try to splat you. And we're gonna hammer flip right as she starts turning. And that'll hit every time. There we go, that's Paintra. It's a good level 2 there. Very good. No, it's not Dark Mind, the final boss of the game. If you want that, go play Team Kirby Clash. I love that they brought that boss back just for that game. So cool. So this stage, we're going to start with a roll. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to make this train cycle. Ooh, it's always close. So you can get splatted by that train, and that'd be bad. But it's essentially an auto-scroller, though, because no matter how fast you go, you'll always end up not making it. I mean, making it here in about 25 seconds. Yep. Because up with the other trains and whatnot. And we're going to fall down right here. Very simple tilt puzzle here. That enemy has a good hitbox. And we got some more tilting. Not too much else going on. That's a game I ran like 3 years ago called Kirby's Tilt and Tumble, in which you also tilt a GameCube. It's not really a GameCube, but it was designed for a Game Boy player. I mean, it was designed for Game Boy Color hardware, rather. And when they made a GBASP and Game Boy player, it didn't really work. So what you had to do was control the game using another method, rather the GameCube itself. And there was like no compatibility issues or whatnot with that. They said it couldn't be done, but it was. And I read it for GDQ as well. Fun run. I think it might be on the restream in a little while. This is slow. That was slow too. And now we have the easiest walkers in the game. I'm gonna fail defeating him somehow. Like that! All you have to do is hammer flip at like 2 key points and you won't get hurt by this bonkers at all. This is the easiest bonkers in the game. And I just screwed it up every possible way. Welcome to rest. Now we have a strat that like only I've been using here, and that's using the hammer throw to defeat these blocks in the way. And it only stays about a second throughout the whole run, but it's still worth it. It's fast. Now we're in another jungle section. We're going to come to a electric bar that we need to use for like the first 2 bomb block sections. Then I can throw it away and just like spam hammer. A lot of what this run is just spam and hammer. It's fun. Beating up big cats. So if you can't spin, next fastest form of movement is sliding. It's a spectacle, let me tell you. Oh boy, missed. Gonna hit that enemy with a hammer down there, otherwise we'd take damage. And then we got our snow section. A lot of this going on outdoors as well. Going down to like 2 degrees tomorrow. That's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. That's to America. Great commentary, by the way. Totally prepared for this. Now we're gonna fly by mashing A lot. And now we have yet another puzzle section where we get a thread needle, so to speak. There we go. That one's the easy one. There's some more difficult versions of that coming up later. Ice will allow you to keep running at a certain rate, but it'll also, like, make your blocks a lot worse. So, like, don't hit a wall. And this is our first appearance of Flame Galboros. All he does is spit fire. Not too much going on here. We see more powerful versions of these bosses later on, where they have more health. About it. Oh boy, yep. That was a wall bonk, yep. 2 of them. We didn't need the tomato, that's good. Now I'm coming up to a fan favorite Kirby boss. I said that for the last one, but this is also a fan favorite Kirby boss from the original KDL. Everyone's favorite floating eyeball. Take damage here. And spam hammer. And I missed. Fun. Not too well there. So now we enter Krako's second phase, where he shoots laser beams. And so it's the same, left, right, middle. We're gonna shake, and then we'll charge a hammer flip. Hit the boss with that. And that's Krako. Alright, so coming up in level 4, we have another jungle section with a odd Egyptian theme. It does work out, it's pretty fun. I decided to do that just for safety. Probably didn't need to. So we're gonna burn this to get a key. Start sliding all the way over to this side of the screen. And face off against Hornhead. Big damage, eventually. And enter the secret door here. Now I have to hit 2 switches, not just 1. And we're gonna reset our tilt. Bottom screen. More. There we go. That should work. There we go. For the longest time, I actually was just like standing next to the weight instead of on top of it. So I was losing time. But now I actually go underwater. And we just mash A to swim faster. It's actually mashing with a rhythm, not just like mashing mindlessly. I'm traveling out some waterfalls. Oof. See, unlike in Robobot, I actually find using the D-pad is harder than using the circle pad to move around in the water. And we got flattened. Oh well. Take the attacks. Okay, that's bad. This is the slowest I've ever done this Grand Wheelie, I think. But we didn't get the background attack, so that's good. Still makes it, like, decent. We have no choice but to follow this water pattern. Can't, like, sequence break around it, unfortunately. That was a good time for that tomato. I was right. This game is Kirby Triple Deluxe, so what they're doing there is just a word pun. Nothing else to it. Not like 2.0 like in Robobot. Just like Enemy Deluxe. But yeah, we do need to take a lot of damage on this section right here. Damage boost up some spikes. Otherwise it would be a very slow climb. And we get our health refill right here. Take out that cat with the hammer. You can actually hold down the B button to charge a hammer shot, but that's only going to charge the hammer arrow, essentially. Also, those little waves are coming out because I'm at full health. They do damage, but not too much. But that's the reason, like, why DDD just, like, stops in place doing the button before the motion input. Because the input for one of these spin hammers is a tap of the left circle pad, and is pressing B. So now you know what input errors are. So we're gonna fight our first Blocky here. This boss's gimmick is he becomes invincible in certain sections of his attacks. So we don't want that to happen. So we just do a couple of hammer patterns so that he won't. This is a very clean section so far. Next warp is just waiting on platforms, nothing else to it. Yep, missing some stuff. Sometimes you tilt too early and you actually have to tilt farther. Like, it syncs up when you're tilting to, like, when you enter the cannon, so if my DS is already, like, slanted left, I have to slant it even more left. Just a minor hindrance. Right there is a bomb, by the way, that we can use to blow up those 2 blocks. However, it's just as fast to do hammer flips, because this boss only randomly jumps if you're far away. Otherwise, he just spits fire. Burn this enemy right there, and now we're gonna go to this section. All we need to do is throw the key on top of one of these platforms, and then jump up there. Skip a puzzle. Okay, that was a thing. That was a very graceful bonk. Still lost time, but looked cool. Next boss here is Coily Rattler, which I actually only knew from Robobot until recently. That was close. I'm gonna hit all these hammer flips. Now I'm just going to spin around here and waste a bunch of our time doing this attack. This is all set patterns, by the way. This part is not random at all. Okay, now we were 1 hit away. And he's just going to spin and waste more of our time. What are you going to do? Marathon luck. And yeah, you only get like 3 keychains is required in this. You get none in the Meta Knight route, which I find cool. Yeah, level 5 is not that interesting compared to the other levels. Like, level 6 is going to be where the other half of the game is. That's where things get really cool. But level 5 is your magma level. You got the worst boss in the game at the end of it all. Well, second worst. I say Dark Meta Knight's pretty bad. Oops, did I say that? Spoilers. Totally not spoilers. This game's been out for ages. Okay. Didn't mean to get burned there, but okay. Although I wouldn't get burned down there. Another Frosty fight. And early. This is what happens when you don't kill Frosty properly. Is this attack. Waste more time. These blocks will just spawn back and forth like Yoku blocks from Mega Man. Back our way down here, beat the Wild Lead at the end to get this key. Oof, bad. Just gonna make him wrap it right on top of the door here. And missed. But we still got it. See, they give you a warp hole right here, except what you gotta do is go to the left. And there's a whole other section of the level. Another warp hole at the end of this one. And this one takes you farther, so that's what we're gonna get. There's only one other point in the game where that's kind of a situation where you have two warps and you have to choose. The other one is at the second half of level 6. I really wish I knew the level names off the top of my head, but I just can't remember. I know they're an acronym that spells out flower, but I don't know what they actually are. Get another tail puzzle here. The game also has a fast fall feature I've failed to mention earlier. Much like Smash Brothers, if you double tap down on the D-pad or a circle pad, you just fall faster. Really helpful. So this part we don't want to fail. Once that rocket's off the screen, we can mash A just to get out of that seat. And we're just going to blow up some rocks. Carefully. Then we need to get that one. Oh, we're good. Just put that anywhere. And we're going to carry this key again. Damage boost into the door. Oof. For this section, you just have to like get through these paintings. And not like through the paintings, just through the holes. Well, I've actually never had to stop for that one. There's a cycle where I gotta beat that. But yeah, that's what a wall splat looks like. Don't want to have that happen. Now we have the famous tower that you may know from Kirby Nightmare and Dream, but it's in this game too. It's a different variant, and we're gonna fight a bunch of mid-bosses. First one being Pyrobit. I know, Loud Gorboros, whatever. Mini Pyrobit. Same guy. You'll see him in a minute. Yeah, you know how Tower had secret warp in Nightmare in Dreamland? Well, that's here too. Just in the top right corner here, and we skip almost all the bosses except Bonkers. This Bonkers is actually the hardest Bonkers fight in the game. Let's see if I can get some redemption from that easy Bonkers fight that I've screwed up so horribly. Nope. Not even close. Another required keychain there. Use this tomato and get another one. Right here. And now we fight Pyrobit. Terrible, terrible boss. Just like full of low frame quick kills. You have to like hit like 5 frame or 6 frame windows in order to like actually defeat the boss. I'll point out where. This is what he starts with, this attack every time. Oh, so close to the quick kill. We have one more chance though. Have to hit him right before this. There we go. So the end of the roar animation is when we want to charge a hammer flip. And we missed it. It's about a 5 frame link. No visual cue besides, like, at the end of the roar. This wave gets random. Either going to go on the left or the right. And we got the right this time. As I say, this is one of the better Pyrobit fights I've had. If I did get that swing, I would have got the quick kill. But we did not. So we get to deal with this attack. He just comes up from the bottom of the lava, shoots fire. Wastes a good 15 seconds for no good reason. But there you go. Now for top 10 anime, brutal anime deaths. Now we have the last third of the game. That's all of the EX levels that you accumulate from bonuses in this game. Plus the final levels of the game and the final bosses of the game. So let's go. So at the end of these sections, they always give you like a 1-up in a chest, but it's not too useful, so we just like go past it every time. So, yeah, if we didn't get that section with the bomb blocks correct, we'd actually be locked out and have to, like, die and redo that. So, good thing we didn't fail it. Now we have this section. We have to guide this tank to destroy some blocks. Using the invincibility from the hammer move in order to sway him into doing some good stuff. I thought that rebound would work. Didn't. Gotta relearn the pattern for that. Yeah, it's that one. Press A fast enough. Had a minor, like, rust moment. So right here, we need to guide a snowball into a block. Let it spawn right now. This block right here. That'll trigger a warp. So we're just waiting. Was a good Frosty. Didn't let him die. I mean, didn't let him go into the background. I let him die. Taking damage on this enemy is okay. Getting eaten by him is not. You'll lose a lot more time that way. Yeah, that way. Some more mirrors here. Sometimes you can actually use the jumping hitbox that you have to defeat that enemy, but other times it doesn't work. Yeesh. We actually do want to conserve health for the sections coming up here. They're not that easy. That's this way, yeah. Yeah, as I say that, I just continue to lose more health. Not looking good. Yes, the hammer flip does care about enemy hitboxes, but like the hammer spin move does not. It just makes you completely invincible for a short amount of time. Over right here. And I gotta not demo it during the run. Rust, and then there's like scrub behavior. I'm like veering into that territory. Go this way. Reminder that you're tuning into John Snowathon, an impromptu marathon which recruited runners like only like 6 hours prior to like them doing their actual run, me included. And I have actually taken a break from this game for the 3 weeks prior. This is a very rusty, very fun run. I know not to screw this one up though. You could actually light the wrong fuse in this section and have to do the whole puzzle all over again. That was good. One of the few ways you can speed this section up. Oof, missed that. Yeah, this water section tends to take a lot of life out of runners. Not just me, but just like other current like active members, which there are very few of, but still a very good speed game. I'd recommend learning Dededetour, as you don't even need a capture card to play it. All you need is actually the in-game timer, since it is accurate to the game itself. Very few ways to modify it. Anyway, we have to bring this thunderbar, whatever the heck it is, all the way to the end of this section. Not this section, the following section. Be the second one. And we do have to let this enemy open up a key door. Okay, that one's not going to strike. This one will. And always will. If any of those fireballs in the background hit that enemy, it's pretty much going to knock them out. You can't get the key anymore, because this screen does not scroll to the left. Yes, taking a photo for proof is acceptable for this game. Or at least for this game mode. For the Kirby game modes, you still do need a video evidence. Or a piece of video evidence, rather. It was good at the end, not too good in the middle. Gonna damage boost off of one of these trees, but not yet. Gonna be this one right here. Now we're going to use that Fire Hammer's invincibility to just get through that section. That movement looks really cool. We're going to take not this bomb, but the next bomb in order to open up another door. Or to save some more time. Wait, and go. Jump right here. Gonna take that. We don't need the key, but we need the hole to actually, like, not get knocked into the background. It was a very good movement for that section, I have to say. This is a game I do plan on practicing and running for a charity marathon, speed stuff for charity in February. Don't know if I'm allowed to promote, but hey, they can kick me off if they want to. Rebel. But yeah, that's going to be raising money for St. Jude, and I do want that run to look good. This one, I don't care about, I was invited. Also, this scene is great. This music is great. This whole section is great. This is the final world of the game in Kirby's mode. We're through with all the EX levels now. You do that just right, you're always able to hit that bomb block right from the other side. This Giant Edge, we're just gonna spam hammer on. Best way to defeat him, quick. And we're gonna enter the secret moon, as most Kirby games have, into a Hell room. And now we got some boss refights here. The first one is going to be Coily Rattler, I believe. Fight him in a similar way to as we've already fought him. But he gets to do a free spin attack. Position yourself right here. And we're just out of range of that. We were one hit away. Not the best fight in the world, but I'll take it. So these Bronto birds, no, that's not Bronto birds, those are Scarfies. These Scarfies will actually attack you when you take the key, much like Fantus in Mario 2, so we just want to defeat him first. We are going to get this energy drink and the next one, just for safety purposes. And trust myself. I'm not going fast enough, I'm saying here. Next boss refight is Paintra. Now Patriot's just going to spin, and we're going to constantly hammer. Not too much to this. Very easy refight. Yep, we needed those health. Like it or not. I am just like beefing it. Alright, here's the hardest boss refight of the three, and it's Flowery Woods. The hardest boss because he's got a quick kill that nobody's ever been able to do yet. But I've been doing some testing, and hopefully we can show this off with a run. So position yourself right here. He's going to sprout 2 giant vines. And we'll charge a couple of hammer flips. Yep, missed it. Ah, 1 hit away again. I think that's the theme of this run. Now we waste another 30 seconds. Well, like I said, I've been doing some testing for that. This has not been recorded as of yet. Haven't gotten around to having a good speedrun of this game. My PB is like a 56-minute in-game time. No, 56-minute in-game time, but it's terrible. I can go down to like a 55 or so. And it's offline, by the way. There is no task of this game as of yet. There's only one active tasser for Robobot. However, they're not actually an active tasser. They're just someone that knows how to task the game. 3DS tasking is not very common, unfortunately. I would love to see a task of this or Meta Nightmare Returns, though. Definitely MKR would be very interesting to see tasked. I thought that was the one you could make. That's the next one. Now I have to save 6 of these. People in the Sky. That's the official name of them. Take this warp right here, get the candy underneath this platform, well hidden. So for this section, they give you the hat, they give you the warp. Like once you hit that, that triggers the warp right here. Then we got these blocks that spit out into the front of the screen, and they are set every time. Not close at all, I just made it look close. So this bonkers fight is not a bonkers fight, we'll just be taking a warp. And we bounce backwards instead of forwards. So it's so much easier to point out mistakes in your own run than it is like the good sides. Especially for like an hour-and-a-half long run like this game is. It's just like I gotta figure out what there is to talk about Kirby-wise. Plus, I've been taking a break for like on end, so. But this is definitely a fun game and a fun series, so I'm proud to be a Kirby speedrunner. So we now have a section full of auto-scrolling green pusher bars. And we just gotta solve a puzzle. It's the same every time. It's not interesting. If you get hit by any one of these, the whole puzzle resets for that section and you have to do it again. Also, if you wait in that room for about 2 minutes, a hail room shows up. And it's not faster for the run. There is no warp in it. But that's our last guy person we have to rescue. And now we are on to the final boss gauntlet. We have not one, not two, but 3 bosses to handle. Once the door opens up here. The in-game timer is still running for that section, by the way. I do not know why. We're gonna grab the tomato because we very much do need it for damage that we'll be taking here, intentionally or not. Now if we get the first boss right, it should pose no problem to us whatsoever. First boss being a deluxe version of Queen Sectonia. There we are, that's phase 1. So we do 1 hammer flip, 1 hammer, and then another hammer flip. Now she throws Cheerios, and we just spin to avoid them. If you get hit by this, you take 1 damage. But we did a hammer spin, so we're taking none. Now she's gonna appear behind you 3 times. When she disappears, discharge a hammer flip. You'll hit her every time. You'll take damage, but you'll still hit her. And that's Sectonia's. But now appears the amazing mirror, and in it lies a meme that a kid in 11 knows very well. Just kidding, not in this game. It's Dark Dedede. So we're gonna get right up in his face and charge a hammer flip, take damage, and we won't get caught into the tumble animation, which this boss tends to do. Gonna keep going ham. And that's phase 1. And now we're gonna do the Dark Link strat from Zelda 2. And I hope you remember what that was. Otherwise, don't blink. There you go. That's how you beat Shadow Dedede. Dark Dedede. Now we're gonna heal and go into the amazing mirror. And it will fight Dark Mind, the final boss of the game. And Dark Meta Knight. Second worst boss of the game, I gotta say. This boss is terrible. And he just, like, gets to attack you when he wants, gets to block when he wants. Just kinda has his own mind of his own. He's awful. And his moves knock you back and cause a ton of just lag. Also Tornado. And I got hit twice. Okay. Not great. And now we have a quick kill opportunity for phase 2, though. We're going to split into 3 mirror shards. If we guess right 3 times and don't get hit, we have a potential to like get a 1 in 3 chance of quick killing him. We missed the first one. Wonderful. When he strikes can be random. Like, he can just strike whenever he wants as well. So now he's going to fly forward. We have to guess when he's going to fly forward, not when one of the clones is going to fly forward. But if we get that, we will just be able to knock him out very quick. This attack, he just summons giant swords, but we don't get to see any of his other attacks because the run is ending very soon. That's the final boss. We're just watching the ending cutscene, and time comes up when we see the final in-game time on the screen here. Sub an hour, hey, terrible. Yeah, I use a backup program to actually get my saves here, so my PB is actually better than this. I just have to work on it a little bit more. But yeah, we go by in-game time at alerty boards again. If you want to submit a run, all you gotta do is play the game, finish it up, take a picture of the final screen there, and you should be all set. Thank you folks for watching. Up next, see what they picked out. They have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets up next on Jon Snowathon. Stay tuned, folks.